Recording is now in progress. Thank you to Jordan, because I am so sleepy right now. Because we've been on Zoom live trading all day, but I apologize about that. Thank you, Jordan. But so real quick, for the video purposes, so people can know what the video is going to be about, is basically a video breakdown, and basically answering any questions and then running to the chat, running to the charts and breaking things down also in the charts, right? And basically allowing members to choose a video or anything and just breaking it down is something that we're going to be doing a little more often as well. Possibly not on the Thursdays and just like on an extra day or something, who knows, right? But long story short, somebody asked to let's go over some broadening formations and then go to the charts and break down a little bit of more broadening formations. So I'm just going to press play here on this and my bad, guys. One of those just a lot right now. All right.
Hey, happy Stratification.
Hey, Sarah, happy Stratification Saturday. Yeah, she does a lot of videos and puts them out on Saturday. Let me just go to the chat real quick. All right, somebody said PMG. We can definitely go for PMG. I've been studying CLF. I think I am catching on. Been studying the monthly chart. Let's go, Denise. Definitely. I know you've been on CLF for real, for real. All right. And then funny thing is, as soon as we pull up this chart, we had class on Elliott waves, right? I said chart as soon as we pull up this video, and you kind of seeing little small theories of that. Not saying that that's the Elliott wave. I'm not sure what she was doing, but let's go ahead and get into this video.
Saturday, you've got trade.
And one more interruption. If while we're going through this video, I'm going to be stopping and breaking certain things down that I hear her say. But if she says something specifically that you just don't understand, let me know and I'll do my best to be able to explain it. And let me mute whoever's background that is.
Hey, Moody.
Hey.
Before you mute me, hey.
Hey, what up? All right. Cool. Boom. All right.
Hey, Sniper Sarah here. Today, we are going to learn about broadening formations, why most traders hate them.
Can you open up the video, somebody said?
All right, let's get started. I'm going to shrink my face.
It's going slow.
Okay.
Oh, my video's on. Let me turn on my video.
I have drawn a beautiful broadening formation. What is a broadening formation?
Just give it a second. It's acting slow.
It's a series of higher highs and lower lows. A good rule of thumb is if you can connect a top to a top, you should, and a low to a lower low, you should get this megaphone looking thing.
Now, shout outs to, I think it was BW24, or it was somebody that I remember when I was doing the broadening formation class, they said it looks like a megaphone. The broadening formation looks like a megaphone. Then I looked it up right then and there, and it actually looked just like a megaphone. And now we're hearing Sarah Sniper, something that I missed when I first seen this video, talk about the megaphone, right? Which the megaphone is also a trading pattern. It's not a trading pattern, it's a candle pattern, right? As well as, I'm not sure if everybody caught it, but I will rewind it so y'all can hear her say it. If I could find the rewind button. Oh, it's right down here. But a broadening formation is just connecting a high to another high and a low to another low, right? Let me go to the chat before I play this one more time. Can you open up the video? Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's go ahead and press play.
Lower lows. A beautiful broadening formation. What is a broadening formation? It's a series of higher highs and lower lows. A good rule of thumb is if you can connect a top to a top, you should, and a low to a lower low, you should get this megaphone looking thing. So your top line should always be angling up and your bottom line should always be angling down. Why most traders hate these is because if they're short, say they're short here and they're using this as their stop, well, once price breaches their stop, they get taken out. Their stop is right here, price goes up.
Their short stops are our long targets. The goal is to make it go higher. The goal is to make a higher high. The goal is to make a higher high. I just want to say it my way, my bad. So one thing that I want to point out right here is when we look at, give me a second. Oh, okay. When we look at a broadening formation, right? A broadening formation is exactly what it's doing. It is broadening the price action. And when I say price action, I mean just the candlesticks. The price action is just the candlesticks moving. And it's just the open and the close and the highs and the lows. And we look at that to, you know, look at levels, but also in the strat world, the highs and the lows are our targets, right? So with her saying that the people going short, right, their stop is right here, right? Because your stop is always going to be at the top if you're going short, because you're going down. If it goes up, now you got stopped out, right? So their stop to go short is right here, right? This broadening formation is going to broadening and get bigger and bigger, right? So this stop is automatically going to get taken out, right? And we can go back to the class that Jordan had with a special guest yesterday with the Elliott waves, and you see that we always break a higher high, right? We break our previous highs. So as you've seen, to go to the top of this broadening formation, regardless of the fact, we will break this high. If you put your stop right here and go short and you didn't get out on time, once the bulls reverse it, you will get stopped out because your stops are our targets. If you go short, we go long to take your stop out and stop you out your trade. Reason why you hear people say, oh, I got stopped out. Somebody had a question? Okay, gotcha. So I'm gonna just go ahead and press play.
But then it falls right back down. Same with the long side. Anyone who went long around here and was using this pivot as their stop, once the price went up, they're like, hey, you know, this trade's going great. And if they don't walk their stop up, their stop is going to be here. It's an obvious pivot.
What she means by walking your stop up, right? Let's make believe that, because this is a line chart right here that she just drew, that these are candlesticks. When you seeing her say walk your stop up in the strat world, as long as our trade, that's why we look for continuations after we're inside of a reversal. As long as our trade is going good, we will stay in the trade, but we will move our stops up. But she's not going to talk about this right now, right? So let me see something. Let me just do the chart. Let me mute all that background noise real quick. Carlos, I'm going to mute you real quick, my brother. Let me just mute all because a lot of people are muted right now. All right. So real quick, and just for a sake of an example, right? So let's say we got in at this reversal, 2 down, 2 reversal, right? Our entry, oops, wrong entry. Let's go ahead and mute you. Hey, if you guys just jump on and start hearing background noise, that's the person that just jumped on. So please just look at your phone and mute yourself. I truly appreciate you. All right, cool. So we'll make it white. That'll be your entry, right? With us having that entry, I'm not going to talk about targets because we know our targets will be over here to the left, the top of these pivots, the top of the wicks, right? So now that we entered in on this reversal, we see a continuation, 2, 1, 2 to the upside, right? Since you entered in right here, automatically that's your entry point. Me just seeing this chart, once I'm all the way up here, I will move this stop at least to the, since I enter here, I don't even have to bring it right here because that's the first stop I would have moved it up to, or I can just move it right here. That's what I'm gonna do. Once you move it in there, right? And this is good for when you're actually like day trading and not scalping, and it's good for scalping as well, but it's very great when you're swing trading and using bigger time frames, such as like the hourly, the 4-hour, or even your daily chart, right? So once it got up here, you're on a continuation, right? Now you moved your stop up. Boom, we break and hit a target, right? This was an old target. Right now it's just a level, right? So boom, it breaks over that level. I'm not going to move my stop up there because I know I'm gonna automatically get stopped out, right? So I'm on a 1 minute, so I can't go smaller. So yeah, I honestly would move my stop there. I just forgot I was on a 1 minute. But long story short, you'll move your stop up, right? Automatically, when you get stopped out, this trade went up. You could have took profits right there as it almost took out this target right here, right? You could have took profits there, just taking it at a high, or you could have just stopped yourself out the trade. This 1 bar would have never stopped you out, but this 2 bar right here would have stopped you out, right? And you see the wick coming all the way down there. You would have got out your trade, took your profits, right? Or you would have stood in and waited. And if you would have never moved your stop, you would have ended up still green for the end of the day, right? But that's how you will move your stop up, right? And real quick, so I can show you on a different time frame, let's just move it over to the weekly, right? If I bring this bad boy over to the weekly, and you're gonna get a whole bigger percentage off of this move. We were talking about it on live. This was the first reversal right here, 2 down, 2 up, but then we reversed right back down with the 2 up, 1, 2 down, right? So let's just go off of this reversal because it continued after that reversal. So if we would have entered in right here, mind you, our stop is all the way down there. And let's make that red so you don't get confused. That's my stop, right? And say I'm swing trading and I can be doing this off of a daily chart, right? We're gonna see it right here. This is my stop. This is my entry, right? So as the candles are coming in, boom, triggered my entry. I could have got in on this day, right? Of course, I lost some profits. Not lost some profits. I would have just been down on my trade. The next day, boom, you could have waited for the next day. And what did it do? It triggered again, right? Let me just go ahead and mute that person real quick. Mute all. Ooh, no. Hold on. I just got to mute y'all one by one. There we go. Gotcha. All right. So right here, you could have just waited to the next day. And that's why I say sometimes you don't have to swing. You could just wait for the next day. And it triggered right here. Of course, we got a PMG and we're going to go over that today. And it just boom, hit your entry and kept going. This is your stop right here, right? All you had to do, since we're on a bigger time frame, you could have moved your stop to the previous candle's low, right? Once that happened, you could have did it again on a daily on a previous candle low. You got a 2 up. All you do is bring your stop up now. You know what I'm saying? And you would have got stopped out this trade right here on this day, right? Taking it over to the weekly, if you would have just followed the weekly, you would have never got stopped out, right? Because this is our stop. You see how we brought it all the way up here? We would have had our stop down here. We would have, the next week when it would have came out, sorry, no, that's a lie. Because we entered in here, that would have been my stop. Yeah, we would have pulled back. Say you would have never got faked out your trade and you would have just stood in. You could have moved your stop right here. As we went up, all you had to do was move your stop to the next low. Let this candle open up, do whatever it's going to do. You see that it was staying inside still. It bounced. And you just utilize stuff from the strat, 50% retracement rule. You throw it on there. Where did it bounce from? 50% retracement, right? Boom. And it just keeps going. That would have been your stop. You would have ended up getting stopped out. So you just would have watched that trade. No, it just bouncing off the 50% retracement. Now we're pushing back up. All right, let me move my stop from here and let me put it up here, right? You don't want to move your stop on a weekly chart on a Monday. You want to move your stop like on a Tuesday or on a Wednesday, right? So let's get back to, before I get back to the video, let me see what was in the chat. Yeah, sorry. No, you good, bro. All right, so let's get back to what she was talking about. And I'm gonna just rewind it just a tad bit so we could be back on track with her.
Anyone who went long around here and was using this pivot as their stop, once the price went up, they're like, hey, you know, this trade's going great. and if they don't walk their stop up, their stop is going to be here. It's an obvious pivot. So when price breaches that level, they get stopped out only to see it.
Oh, I was trying to catch what she said right here.
That level, they get.
Their long stops are our short cover targets. Oh, this just popped up. Hold on. Short cover targets. The goal is to make a lower low, because she's going the opposite way. She was just talking about calls. Now she's talking about puts.
Stopped out only to see it take off again. So how do we use broadening formations? Here I have the Amazon daily chart. And people always are asking, how do I draw a broadening formation? And my answer is always just practice. So pick a high. So this one stands out.
And notice, now I notice why I draw my broadening formations the way I do. Is because Sarah doesn't teach it this way. She tells you, just like I tell you, when you draw a broadening formation, you want to go from right to left. That's what Rob teaches, and that's how you do it, right? But as you get skillful and you're able to just see it, you're gonna go left to right. And that's what she's about to do.
And connect it to a higher high. So that is barely a higher high, but it is.
You see that? That is barely a higher high, but it is a higher high from this high. And let's see what she says next.
So anyone who bought this breakout was almost instantly in.
Why we don't buy breakouts. New highs are our long targets. Reason you see me trading breakouts on a 1 minute with the RSI.
The red. On the downside, you have a pivot low and you have a new low. So again, anyone who is going long around here, what?
Notice that she drew it from one high to another high. We would have drew it, and even I, from this high to that high, right? She's also trying to see the move that happened and it breaking out of the broadening formation and then coming back into the broadening formation, right? So you always, even though this high to that high is the broadening formation now, right? But she's at least, she's not, I didn't hear her say this, but she's at least trying to show you how it looks and how it looks when it breaks out and things of that nature. That's what I'm taking in. Let's go ahead and press play.
Would have had their stop here. Price went up, broke a previous high, but then fell right back down. So remember, their stop is here. So they would have been stopped out when the price did this. But what did it do? So it stopped, you know, the algos are picking me up.
Why we,
Did this. But what?
Why we don't short lows. New lows are our short targets. And what she's
What did it do? So it stopped.
Somebody said something?
You know, the algos are picking me off or they're stop hunting. Price action works this way. We have a new low.
Luther, you seen that? Luther, I'm not sure if you're on here, but now you're able to see another trader use that terminology that I heard you using, that somebody on the live trading with Pastor was using. It's called stop hunting, right? Now you're starting to see all of these things line up together. Stop hunting, stop loss, algos taking out trades, getting liquidated. All of that are just the same things, but they're just fancy words. Let me just go ahead and mute everybody real quick. There we go. That's what you would call it. Basically, dang, I just forgot what I was trying to say. Oh, but those terminology basically mean the same thing, right? It's just depending on how you want to word it with your senses. So don't let the terminology throw you off.
Oh, then what do we get? We get a new high. So they would have been stopped out when the price did this. But what did it do? So it stopped, you know, the algos are picking me off or they're stop hunting. Price action works this way. We have a new low. Then what do we get? We get a new high. So here's your broadening formation. And then look what happened again. So after
This is why I love Sarah. You see how she drew it? She drew her broadening formation, but you see how she took it to you and took it to the top of the broadening formation, letting you know that that's part of the broadening formation too, but that's also was a breakout. This is coming back down. That's a test. The reason I know that this is a test is because this right here was a trigger to break out. The next candle came out on a daily chart, right? Yep, she's on the daily. Came out on the daily and opened still below it, right? Pushed down a little bit and pushed right over it. Broke it, signified, hey, we're triggering. Next day opens gap, well, yeah, gap up, not a super gap up, but it opened 2 up automatically, right? And came back down to test. What did it do? Test the top of the broadening formation, pull back up. Next day, opened up 2 up still, right? Pushed up higher, came back to see if it was going to test to see if it wanted to. Next day opened up inside. Automatically, you knew it was going to give you a 2-2 reversal. It was too close to down here. It could have tested this and you could have just got out, but it broke straight down, right? Let's see what she says.
after getting a new high, look what price did again. It came down.
To the bottom
Anyone
of the
who was long versus here just got stopped out again. So how do you trade this? Well, it depends on what kind of trader you are. A day trader, if you're
Note what she just said. Everybody always is like, hey, how do you trade this? Or what time frame should I use? Or hey, Moody or Jordan, utilizing a strat or utilizing just price action, is it best to just use the 1 minute and 3 minute or 1 minute and 5 minute or this? Listen to what she says. It all depends on the trader. It depends on you. You have to identify with yourself and know what kind of trader you are. So let's listen.
So how do you trade this? Well, it depends on what kind of trader you are. A day trader, if you're, a short-term swing trader, you just want to take profit at your target.
What she said, you just want to take profit, regardless of the fact she said swing trader, short term, you just want to take profits at your target. A lot of us hit our targets, right, on a and we may not know that, right, because a lot of us are just learning. That's a target right there, the top of this. If you would have just entered in right here, right, or if you would have entered in right here where you would have supposed to enter in on the strat for the 3-2-2 reversal backup, right when it broke, your first target would have been, give me a second. That's just price action. So I know I could have took profits there. Your first target was right up here, right? So you could have stood in your trade, but this candle took out your target. Get out your trade. Just because it keeps going up, it doesn't mean anything. We have to learn to take profits. If you do not learn how to take profits, you will stay in your trade, time decay will rob you, and eventually you'll get stopped out, or you're just going to hold the contract because you say, hey, I have 2 months left on this contract, but it's up 50% or it's up 170%. Should I take profits? Of course, even if it was up 30%, you should take profits. Why? Because you have to remember, you bought the contract. Once you get rid of the contract, you now got profits. You can re-enter the contract or enter in a different strike price. And that's what kept me from not being disciplined at one point, not understanding that, hey, I am up 20%, take my profits. Next thing you know, when I got disciplined and I'm doing that, I'm looking at the same strike price like, oh my God, it's right back at break even. Or now it's down $20 from where I got it. Thank God I got out. Guess what? Now it starts to click. Well, just buy it back. You see it pushing back up, right? Buy it back. And then I bought it back, started making more profits, and then I just started learning like, oh my God, the game is to just take your profits, get out, wait for another trade, right?
So let's say, we made a new low and I'm expecting to go long. So from here, this is going to be my new target. Why? Because I'm hoping to get a higher high compared to this one. So you could have taken all your profit right here when price got up. Or
what did I just say?
Or you could walk your stop up to the low of each day, which only really would have kept you in a little bit longer in this case. And if you wanted to redraw it, since price has broadened and lengthened and expanded, you can draw it like this now. The whole object is a high and a higher high and a low and a lower low. Now, broadening formations don't necessarily always stay this nice range. Just because we're at the bottom of it does not mean we're going to go back up. You could just as easily expand this broadening formation to the downside. Playing long against the bottom of a broadening formation is a strat technique, but you have to really know what you're doing because you are playing against time frame continuity. In my time frame continuity video, I said that when you're at short-term exhaustion risk is the only time it's okay to go against time frame continuity. And also why I said that the broadening formation is more of an advanced strat technique than most. So, okay, let's pretend our thesis is that we're gonna go back up to the top of this broadening formation. You would need a 2-2 reversal. So your entry would be here. You would originally put your stop here, and then you would hope that price would walk up. And if it does, then you're going to walk your stop up. So now your stop's going to be at break even if the price is here. And then you'll just keep walking your stops up to the high of everyday lows. Funny thing about broadening for
She was saying that so picture perfect that I didn't want to stop it or like break that down. Was everybody able to understand that part right there? Can I get a Y in the chat and a no in the chat if not, so I can go ahead and break it down? All right, awesome. We got one Y, we got two Ys. All right, we got three, we getting more Ys. We got one no. Okay, we got one no. All right, Deborah says why, but break it down. Laughing out loud, no. All right, no. All right. So with everybody saying no, I want to understand so I can be able to explain it to you. What did you not understand when she was just breaking that part down? I'll just rewind it just a tad.
it's okay to go a little bit longer in this case. And if you wanted to redraw it,
and you can just drop it in the chat, just like this is what got me confused, or you can unmute yourself.
since price has broadened and lengthened and expanded, you can draw it like this now. The whole
All she's doing is, remember, she had it from this high to this high. Now she's letting, and she explained what happened, how it broke out, how you could have walked your stop up, right? Now she moved the broadening formation from this high to this high, where originally should be at, but she was breaking something down, right? And that's what I caught because I just understand what she was trying to do. But now she is trying to explain to you how you will trade this broadening formation, right? When you draw your broadening formation and you find a candlestick on the bottom, let me see.
whole object is a high and a higher high and a low and a lower low. Now, broadening formations don't necessarily always stay this nice range. Just because we're at the bottom of it does not mean we're going to go back up. You could.
All right, so to best explain that, let's go to the chart. Nah, they just gapped up today. I can't think of something off my head. They got a nice broadening formation though. So, delete, fix this 3-bar, fit to this low. Fix this pivot to this pivot. There we go. All right, so we have a broadening formation right here on XLE, where she was basically trying to explain, oh my gosh, I could pull up SPY. SPY did it. It was, where was it? Right here. Oh, wrong. Where are you? Right here. I might have to delete all this. All right, is it too much stuff on my chart? Do I need to delete this stuff? Yeah, I feel like I feel like it's too much stuff on my chart, but if you guys can see this stuff, let me know. If you can't, if you want me, look, I'll just delete it. It's all good. I can rechart it. Oh, I just deleted it, but I can undo it. Yeah, forget that. All right, so I'm just grabbing them from lows to lows. Let's not grab it like this. Let's grab it to this low. All right, this is what she was basically trying to explain right here. Just because we're on the bottom, you see right here, we hit the bottom of the broadening formation. And I just don't know what day it was, because I know you could go through my channel or even the general chat, and I was talking about it at one time, like with SPY, like, oh my God, we're at the bottom of the broadening formation on SPY. So I was thinking we were going to reverse, right? But long story short, you can see right here, we just came back to the bottom of the broadening formation. Nice pin bar, right? This is what she means. Just because we're in the bottom of the broadening formation, just like right here, boom, and it goes back up, or right here, boom, and it goes back up, or coming close to it, and it goes back up, doesn't mean that we're going to go back to the top, right? The price is just aggregating, and we know what the broadening formation consists of and what it does, right? It's going to keep broadening the price, right? So as you see, when we got down here, it broke the broadening formation. It opened under it and kept pushing down under it. It was the next day when we reversed and came back into it. But as you see, it came back and tested the broadening formation and broke under it again, right? In hindsight, you got to understand, none of these candles were here. It looked, oh, man, I learned something yesterday from homie. Hold on, I could do this. In hindsight, none of these candles were here, right? So with none of those candles being here, the first thing one person's going to do is move their broadening formation, and they're going to move it down. You should not do that. You should not do that at all. Keep your broadening. Oh, dang. Undo. Keep your broadening formation the same way, right? Because it's going to tell you a story. Just like you see, let's go ahead and press play. Let me speed it up. We are on a weekly chart, right? So as you see, look at how the weekly chart's playing. Resistance right now, right? Boom, breaks over it, right? Full reversal, morning star. This is going to turn out to be a morning star. That's what we ended up seeing, right? And you're going to get another bar, complete your morning star, and go down. Back to the broadening formation. And look how it breaks under it again to take out that target comes back. And all it's doing is taking out these targets. See it? Just took out that target, just took out that target. That's why she's saying it's not always going to come right back into the broadening formation, or it's not saying that just because it's at the bottom, it's going to go right back to the top. But a lot of times it always goes back into this broadening formation, right? It just needs more time. Look at how many weeks it took for it to do that, right? There's 5 days into each one of these candles. That was 5, 10, 15, 20 days where we're just like, oh my God, we're so bearish. Look, we're under 400. We're under 400. But guess what? This is why Moody's looking at this and he's like, nah, I'm still bullish. There's no reversals in place right now. My bulls are still in the market. Why? Because look, watch this. Just watch it play out. 2-2 reversal. Remember? I broke that down already. 2-2 reversal. Stop loss right here. Move your stop up. Now we moved our stop up. You wait for the next candle to go live. You're still right here. You're still in profits. There's no reason to get scared out your trade. Next candle come out, move your stop loss. There's no reason to get out this trade yet. You just needed time. Watch when that candle closed. Move your stop loss up. Right to the bottom of that one. You never got stopped out your trade. That's it. That's the end of it. You see what I mean? But and that's what she was basically trying to explain, letting you know that it can break the bottom of the Brownian formation. It's not to say that it's going to come back into it, but it's letting you know that it can break the Brownian formation. If it breaks the Brownian formation, it's creating another Brownian formation. And as we see, we got a 3-bar right here, right? Connecting it to another higher high, connecting this one. Oops, I meant to get it from a low. Let me just grab it again. From a low to another low right there. You see how it's still inside of the Brownian formation? That's the new Brownian formation it gave. So where is it going to top out at? Anywhere up there. Unless this week stays bullish, guess what? This is why I say look at your chart. Because we know if this week he's running, we could top out at 460. If that's a possibility, right? But we go higher if this one stays green and then the next candle comes out. Look, this one is 460, right? The next candle, look at the top of that Brownian form, 464. The next week candle, it just gets higher and higher. That's what a Brownian formation does. It broadens the price, right? Let me go to the chat real quick. Using the strat, huh? Yeah. Yep. All right. Hopefully, did I break that down pretty good? I think so. I'm not sure. Can I get a Y in the chat? Can I move along? Was that was y'all able to understand that part? Y, no, yes. All right, appreciate it. Cool. All right, let's press play.
Could just as easily expand this broadening formation to the downside. Playing long against the bottom of a broadening formation is a strat technique, but you have to really know what you're doing because you are playing against time frame continuity. In my time frame continuity video, I said
when she's saying that you're playing against time frame continuity, she's right. Why? Because 609. Why? Because your weekly is down. Obviously, this is the daily candle, so it's in it's the daily candle. So I don't know what day this is, so let me not even try to break that down like that. But your weekly is down and your monthly is down. You don't see a D because she's on her daily and your daily's down. So that's why she's saying you're playing against time frame continuity, because they're shorting right now. There's nothing saying that bulls are in to take price back up.
That when you're at short-term exhaustion risk is the only time it's okay to go against time frame continuity. And also why I said that in continuity. In my time frame continuity video, I said that when you're at short-term exhaustion risk is the only time it's okay to.
So what she means by that, well, I could show it on SPY. Exhaustion. What she means by you can play the bottom of the Brownian formation and go back up only when the stock is exhausted. Let's take it to the monthly so you can be able to see a more clear view. Or I'll keep it on the weekly so you can see a whole bunch of candles falling. So this was our high, right? In January. Let's go to the one in January right here. We hit a high of 479.98. So basically 480. Once we hit that high, it's been downhill ever since, right? So boom, you're seeing where can I get that tool from? I forget the tool. Yeah, that is a 24% drop on SPY, right? Or percent, no, that would have been your percentage move. But okay, so I don't have the tool that I'm actually looking for. I don't know what's the name of the tool. So long story short, how I can tell that it's been exhausted is from the simple fact, and I'm gonna take you to a bigger time frame. It's a simple fact that we're just dropping from this high, right? And also me just looking at price data, I see, okay, we got exhausted right here to the downside and we exploded back up and just aggregated slowly. So what's happening here? We fell down. I look at it like we got exhausted by the time we got to 360, right? 366, really. Or it was 362, right? We got exhausted right there. Why? Because the monthly and bigger time frame is also showing us that. As you see, we hit the 480. We start traveling down. It takes out, this is what exhaustion also means. It takes out so many targets. Look at all these targets from back in July of 2021. It took out all the targets of anybody holding yearly contracts, whatever the case may be. They all got stopped out, and that all started in January 2021. That's when everything really, like December 20th, 2020 is when things started like kind of moving. But no, I'm lying. COVID is right here. Yep. So it was like around December of 2020 when things started moving better. And really looking at the chart, it was November, right? Because you got your pullback in October and September, and November just started it all off and just kicked off, right? So with me seeing that, we took out all those, everybody, all the new traders, all of that stuff. We took out all of that stuff. So to me, yes, we're exhausted. Also, what's showing me that we're exhausted is the fact that we have hit a reversal strat pattern on a monthly, say it again, monthly chart. 2 down, exhausted. 1 inside bar brought it all the way up, 2 up. And we're in September. In August. August just started. I automatically seeing us take out this target, and that's going to be 429.66. And that's what I was saying this morning. I was like, man, I see SPY going to 429.66, but not like literally today. It was just, I should have explained myself a little better, right? But that's what I was seeing, right? And then if I take you down to a weekly, reversal happened down, well, of course, down here on the 2 up, but full-blown reversal with continuations right here, right? So that's what I'm seeing. We still haven't taken out the target of 429. We still pushing up nice and strong. We got to a high of 424.95, so basically 425, right? You go to the 10-day chart, it's telling me to stay in this trade. 322 reversal, keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand what Jordan is saying, and we've been pushing bullish for, you know what I'm saying, damn near a month now. You know what I'm saying? So let's see if we're going to continue to push price back up or get to the top of this broadening formation, right? And also, you see me draw that broadening formation from there, but there's more broadening formations. And as you see, you can see how they're staying inside of each other, right? This is the bigger broadening formation right here. That's the bigger one. This is the new one inside of the bigger one. Look at how it broke. It's like the RSI little trick. Broke, stood on top of the 50, but that's not the 50, obviously, but right here it is. You see? Look, dang, wow. I'm nice. But yeah, boom, right on the 50, and just runs up, literally the RSI trick, right? But I just saw it on the candlesticks. But yeah, and then there goes all that consolidation that I was talking about. And right here, that was all the consolidation. We just broke over it. So I see us trying to push over to come back down to test all of that, to see like, hey, are we going to stay above all this price? Do you really want to go up? So that's what I see. Let's go back to the video because I know I've just been long-winded. D, what is your stop in this trade on SPY? Are you pulling profits as you wait for the stock to go up? I'm not in SPY, Ms. D. You can unmute yourself so I can understand like your question some more, because you're saying, what is your stop in this trade? I'm not in this trade. I'm actually short in SPY right now with Jordan. We just swung SPY. We was actually, we went for calls on SPY a couple of times, and then we shorted SPY. So no, I'm just like explaining, like if, you know, you was in a call or whatever, I was just explaining the broad information. I just got thrown off, but yeah, I'm definitely not in this. But if I was in this, I would have been in this trade, right? Going long. My stop right now, let me go to weekly. If I was in this trade, my stop right now would be 106.82 until Friday, until I get a new candle on Monday to move my stop up to 110.22. Literally just how I walked it, how I walked through it. And that's how I play the daily or weekly chart on the strat. Let's get back to the video. That was a good question too, Ms. D. What am I doing? Oh, right here.
To go against time frame continuity. And also why I said that the broadening formation is more of an advanced strat technique than most.
That's why
So
you don't hear me talk about broadening formations a lot. I try to get people to just understand what are the bars and things of that nature and get the combo sheets, and then I get them into the broadening formation, because then you start throwing all this on your chart and you don't really understand it yet.
okay, let's pretend our thesis is that we're gonna go back up to the top of this broadening formation. You would need a 2-2 reversal. So your entry would be here. You would originally put your stop here, and then you would hope that price would walk up. And if it does, then you're going to walk your stop up. So now your stop's going to be at break even if the price is here. And then you'll just keep walking your stops up to the high of everyday lows. Funny thing about broadening formations, outside bars are broadening formations on a smaller time frame. So if we connect the previous day's candle to the
That is very important to catch and notice, right? Because we always talk about that. 3 bars create broadening formations on a smaller time frame. So if you're catching a 3 bar on it, draw your broadening formation. And mind you, these bars might not be there, right? Because it may just be this bar. Just draw your broadening formation and take it to a smaller time frame. And you can fix it on the smaller time frame, such as American Airlines got a 3 bar. Let's see how this will work. Oh, I'll be doing stuff and I ain't tell people. So I ain't draw it literally off my 3. So what I did, I drew it from this low, this high to that high, and I'm gonna draw it from this low to that low. Because the 3 bar is gonna allow you to have that. Because the 3 bar is always gonna break the previous high and the previous low, so you'll be able to do that, right? So now that I did that, you just take it over to a small time frame, take a 2 hour, you see how it's staying inside of there, see it? And that's because I'm already grabbing it from the high and the low. So you'll be able to see how it's going to aggregate. Take it over to a 30-minute. Now you see it, boom, top at the bottom, could reverse right back up, right? Let me delete this so you can be able to see it better. See? And then even if you take it to the 5-minute, you'll still have it there. It just gives you more levels. Like the 5-minute here, I don't want to do all that. I'm gonna just draw it. Like you got this level right here. There's the top of the brown formation, bottom of the brown formation. You got this level to get out of. Then you have this ugly little level. Well, it's right here. This green one should be a little above it, but you have that level to get on top of to take it back up. Then here, let me just draw it like right here, and it's just no candles in here. So you'll be able to get out of this level pretty quickly, right? Then you have this level, right? And I'm seeing that level from here. And you have it because I see the little test right here, bear flags right here, pole flags breaks down, right? So I'm able to see that from there. And then you got the bull flag right there that breaks over that level. I don't want the breakout. A lot of people would take it from the high and be like, oh no, the level's really up here. And I just be like, oh, okay. To me, that's not, because you can also see right here how it broke over. So that means you'll want to actually see, if you do that and you want those ranges, then that means you're going to take it all the way up here. And now you got a huge range, right? Me, I'm going to leave it right here where it first broke out of, because that's the breakout. How you have all those levels and then you have those levels right there. And that's how you know, like, okay, this is my support, this is my resistance. All right, right here, this is like this is just a consolidation period, or it's gonna end up breaking out, right? And in here, because you can see your candles don't stay in there that long. It don't matter where I go, your candles don't stay in there that long. When a price action shows you that, you'll see it everywhere else where your candles don't stay in there that long. Wherever you get a lot of consolidation like this, your price action will show you that on another chart. Like, look at all this. You can see it right there. See, it's still in that level. You see all that for a breakout, still in that level. You're gonna see some more over here. See, it's gonna do everything that the chart does. Is gonna do it again, literally. But yeah, and that's what you'll do, right? So let me delete that. All right, cool.
The high of the 3, and we do the same. We connect the previous day's candle to the low of the 3. You see how we have this little megaphone? Well,
Notice she's talking about 3. I'm gonna show you again because I just did it and I caught myself. When I did it on American Airlines, we were talking about the 3, but you seen that I used the 2, and you see that I used the other, I made it a higher high, a lower low. I didn't just go off of the 3. She did the same thing too. But it's just sometimes that's why we be like, yo, ask questions. Because that would have been a question like, hey, why did you draw? Oh, because that's what you're supposed to do.
will help you intraday. Are broadening formations on a smaller time frame. So if we connect the previous day's candle to the high of the 3, and we do the same, we connect the previous day's candle to the low of the 3.
See how she's talking about the 3, but she's using the 2? It's just, sometimes a trader doesn't know because it's just so natural to us.
You see how we have this little megaphone? Well, this will help you intraday.
And also with her drawing it like that and talking about intraday and taking it to intraday, this is how she started it off. Remember? Look, what time are we on? 7:05. We bring it back to her beginning when she first started talking about her broad information. You seen how she had it like that? It's just different now because she's explaining it differently, but she's at least showing you how it breaks out of a broad formation and comes back. All right, let's go back to 7:05.
Onto the hourly. So if we connect the previous day's candle megaphone, well, this will help you intraday. So if you go down to the hourly time frame, you'll see your broadening formation. You have a low, a high, a new low, a new high, then price kind of sits in the middle. It's deciding which direction it wants to.
All right, cool. So now I'm gonna test everybody because I know a lot of people learned about patterns. What pattern is this right here? Starting from right here, this red 2, all the way to here. What pattern do you see right here? Just if you want to unmute yourself, you can unmute yourself. If you want to drop it in the chat, just drop it in the chat. First person to get it right, I'm gonna be like, yeah, you got it right.
Double tap.
Where do you see double top?
Inverse
Never
head and
mind.
shoulders.
I was just
There you go.
guessing.
There you go. There you go. Everybody got it right now. Inverse head and shoulder. Josh, whoever unmuted themselves said it first. Exactly. Shoulder, you see right here, shoulder, that's a whole shoulder. Head, it just looks ugly. Sometimes they don't curve and show it to you just like this one, right? It's showing it to you like a rising wedge or something like that, right? Or you could look at it like a bearish flag, right? That breaks down. But that's what an inverted head and shoulders is. It starts off with a bearish flag and it'll loop like a cup or something, right? The double top you're talking about is this top and that top. So you was right, but I'm not sure if you was able to identify that. That's your double top, right? This is your left shoulder. This right here is your head, and this is your right shoulder. That's the implosive.
I saw a cup and handle.
There is a cup and handle in there. Where's your cup and handle?
The head is at the very tip. That's the cup right there, and then the handle comes up.
Yep.
Yep,
Now,
right there.
who said that? What's your name?
It's Tracy Moody.
Tracy, you fired. All right, so look, check it out. Now that you're able to see that, always remember this. What's inside of a head and shoulders, Tracy? You
What's
couldn't
the
mute.
side of the-
Yeah,
what's the
what's
side
the
of
side
the-
of Head and Shoulders?
Neckline.
The cup and handle is what I saw.
Exactly. I was just getting you to say it again.
Okay.
Not because your mind won't forget it. Because when somebody questions you like that, you automatically start saying, hey, am I right or am I wrong? What is he trying to tell me? But then when you notice that you just said the answer and then you repeat it, your brain won't forget it. That's what, anytime you see an inverted Head and Shoulders, if you want to see it like when Jordan was saying, hey, we got to start learning how to predict patterns as well. That once you start seeing that bearish flag and you're like, oh, snap, it just broke all the way down. It's starting to bounce. Guess what? Left shoulder, that's your cup and handle. Now you're starting to see the cup. Soon you start seeing the handle, now you know for a fact, oh snap, I got an inverted Head and Shoulders inside of a cup and handle. That's two bullish patterns. You feel me?
Yeah, that was good. Thank
You
you.
know, like,
Oh, appreciate it. But yeah, I just love to teach. So yeah, and there's more cup and handles. Like after this one breaks up on here, you see that this wick right here, this is a bull flag. Pole, flag, 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 breakout. Once it broke out and it came down, cup, handle, breakout.
Moody, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there somewhere where I can see the different patterns? Do you have something that has like the different patterns, like the cup and the Head and Shoulders and stuff?
Yeah, Google, cup and handle.
But all of them, I want to know all of the
That's what I did when I first started. In July 21st, I just Googled cup and handle. Inverse cup and
okay. I thought you were being smart. Oh, all right, thank you.
handle. Oh, nah, I'm not.
Go ahead and Google.
Look, let me show my screen. Let me
I'll
give
go
you one
Google.
second.
I'll
I'm
Google
about
it.
to show you. I'm about to show you what's up.
Okay.
All right. I don't cap. All right, let me see. I don't know if my camera's showing yet. Is this thing be going slow? Can y'all see me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, cool. I can't see myself. Hold on. Let me see if I could make myself be seen. So I can at least, yeah, I can see myself now. All right. Look, I wasn't being funny. Damn. How can I make it? Oh, hold on. Let me
You
just,
disappeared.
yeah, it's just because I got a background on my thing. Let me see if I can just turn it off real quick. Choose a virtual background. Give me a second. This thing like to go slow when the camera's on. Oh, you can see it now, right?
But barely. You're like in and out.
No, I got you. It's doing it right now. All right, none. All right, cool. You can see. All right, you should be able to see it now. What'd that say? Head and Shoulders.
Head and Shoulders.
You want to go to the Discord and see if Moody dropped all of this? And I printed it out for myself to show
Yes.
me. And I kept this right here as I traded. This is why I said go to Google. You see it?
No, I shouldn't have asked that question then. He disappeared.
Oh, I'm back. I'm
Oh,
back.
he's back.
Oh,
He's
okay,
back.
okay.
Look. Why do I understand about hammers and pin bars?
Well,
That's me trading. I don't even know what I was writing back then.
well, can we get that in the Discord so I can copy it?
It's in the Discord.
Discord. That's what he's saying.
It's
I
in
need
the
that too.
Discord
Underwear.
under homework.
Oh, okay, I'll do it under homework then.
You see, I just go to Google.
Yes.
I printed it all out and I keep it right in front of me as I was trading. I would take this to work with me and I would read it every single day. Look, you can see me writing stuff when I'm on classes, other things. That's how I know what a bullish engulfing is, right? I can keep going for days. You see the Browning formation?
Okay, and I'll find that in homework.
Yeah, you'll find them in homeworks. You'll find them in the educational tab. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? But
homework and education.
yeah, like I tell people, get a trading journal. I don't use it anymore. But look, you want to read what I used to write for myself when I first started? That's why I tell people, are you doing this? Write every write every trade down before entering. Price, you want to write down the price you want to enter in / price PT you want to exit. Write down news / rumors for the trade I'm in. Write 0 pin to close price of stocks I'm in, or I was just writing a whole bunch of stuff. Look, 30% triggers my loss to decide if I want to stay in the trade or get out, or stay in the trade. 30% loss. If I have lost a large capital, I'm getting out the trade. 30% profit on every trade unless I am going to watch the chart. 100% profit is my goal, whether it's $1,000 or $30. My weekly goal is what? What do I preach? $500. Like, these are like little small trades that I wrote down when I first was doing it. That's how I did everything. I got one contract. I will write everything down. And that's how I started noticing where I was messing up, my FOMO, and that's how I could tell. Like,
So
you're putting in the work.
when you first started, did you just start with one trade?
When I first started, I got lucky because I was in a Discord and I was taking other people's trades, and I made over 6 figures. And I was like, wait, what the heck is going on? And that's when I learned, like, I'm on life support. I won't trade unless they put out a trade. So I want to learn how to do this. So then I just started learning about the charts.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I quit my job in 30 days or less than that.
Awesome.
Oh, wait. Can you tell us the story about, okay, so how long did it take you to learn this? And then what made you decide to quit your job? Like, where you was like, you know what, I can survive the markets, and quit the rat race.
So with me, I started January 21st of 2021. That's when I first joined my first Discord. It was called Capital Games. That's where I met D-Wiz, or seen him. I met him.
You
Give
froze
him a
again.
minute.
Just give me a minute. Give me a
There
minute.
you go.
No, I'm here. It's just I'm trying to close out a whole bunch of stuff. If my computer starts going slow when I be showing my camera for some reason, but it's trying to close out some stuff that I just closed on Zoom, but it's non-responsive right now. But since y'all can hear me, I'll keep talking. So basically, I joined the Discord. I put money into my account. I started winning. I remember my AMC trades, GameStop trades, everything. I was playing autoimmune stocks that everybody was playing as well. BlackBerry, BBBY, Nicole, is NOK? I forgot, but it was like a cell phone brand or something like that. But it was a whole bunch of stocks that I was playing. So for me, I would say when I first started trading, I was already like buying stocks. I wasn't trading stocks, right? I never like bought stocks and then sold it for some profits and then bought it again. Because I didn't know charts. I didn't know none of that. I just buy them and just keep holding, because that's what Warren Buffett said and Bill Gates, just buy stocks. So that's what I did, right? But long story short, while I was working, I will always talk about stuff like this and just things of that nature. Somebody talked about stock options. And I remember as soon as I joined the Discord and I seen that that's what it was, my cousin put me on. He told me the first thing you want to learn is the Greeks. I started learning about the Greeks because that's your money. And then I learned about like support and resistance. While I was in the Discord, and he was like, bro, if you want to be the plug, because I started like telling him, bro, I'm going crazy in this. This is fire. And he's like, you want to learn the charts, bro? Like get a chart class or something of that nature and like learn the charts. And I was like, all right, bet, because he already knew the charts because of Forex. And I would say like this was probably like February coming into March. I'm just killing stuff. Like in the Discord, I'm helping people as I'm learning, but I didn't know that I was actually like learning at a rapid rate. I just felt like I was getting lucky because I was in a bull market and everything was just skyrocketing, right? You just get a couple of pullbacks and it just starts running again. So what made me quit my job was the amount of money that I was making trading. My boss was a dickhead. And yeah, like that. And then the fact that I already had a vending machine company and I was making money off of that. I also like, I'm just a hustler. Like, I'm not gonna say everything I was doing, but I was hustling, you know what I mean? Like, I would make money doing different things. So I was just like, you know what? I've been wanting to quit my job. I already had like my vision board told me that I should be able to quit my job by the time I'm 30 or 31. Um, and I was able to, oh no, I'm lying. It was 35, my vision board, and I was able to quit my job at 29. Um, but it was really about the fact that I grew my portfolio over 6 figures. Um, and I just felt like I can do it. I just, to me, it was just it was just like, bro, how do I know this? You know, I would pray every single, like, even when I was at work, every single day I left work, I would pray, I fall on my knees and just like ask God to just please help this click for me, make me understand this. I do not want to be working. And it's not even that I ain't want to work. I just want to work for myself. I just don't like people to tell me what to do. I like to tell myself what to do. And I'm honest about that, right? So that's what it was. I had a safety net, and then on top of that, I had a beautiful wife that just held me down. Like, even when I was going through my losses, like, understand, I grew my account, right, over 6 figures, then went to 5 figures, then grew it back over 6 figures. And then what I started doing was taking money out that account and creating new accounts, like $500. I would blow those. I'll be like, man, what the heck? And it's because I brought my 6 figures to 5 figures, and I brought it back up, and I told myself I ain't want to do that again. So I would just take money and profits and start new accounts. Once I started doing like $1,000, like, I would blow those too. I blew a $7,000 account. Whatchamacallit, and then it just started clicking for me where I was just disciplined enough to take my profits. And you know, $2,000 to $5,000 was like my little growing account stage, because I was able to do it. And it was just because I would take my profits, right? I didn't start full porting until I met Jordan. When I met Jordan, Jordan taught me about the full port, but I still didn't want to do it until like he broke it down to me, and I'm like, oh, I'm not full porting. I'm still utilizing the stop loss. I'm just using my whole account to make more money. And I was like, okay, I get it, right? And it took me building small accounts to a whole nother level, right? But I did blow some. I ain't gonna cap, while I was in this group, doing some full ports, just being I guess being ignorant, like, just like, man, let me just put 2K on this trade. I don't care. Like, let's see what it's gonna do. And you know, that's why I understand FOMO and what it can do to you. But I guess that's my story. You know, I was just in another Discord. To be honest with you, I'm gonna be honest with you. One thing that encouraged me and motivated me to quit my job was two things. Me coming home one day, and we were driving to my mother-in-law's house, and my wife had a conversation with me, and she was just like, baby, you always been an entrepreneur, and I know you want to quit your job doing this, and you're doing well, and other businesses thriving, even though it's COVID-19 and stuff is slowing down. Whatchamacallit, she had told me something that she had spoke with her mom about, and her mom was just like, all the men in our family are entrepreneurs, the men in his family as well. And she was just telling me, like, a man is always going to do what a wife wants him to do, because you know he wants to be happy and be married, right? So she was just like, you need to let him spread his wings. And when she told me that, I promise, I swear to God, I shouldn't say that, but my apologies, Lord, but forgive me. But long story short, when she told me that, I quit my job like a week later. My boss looked at me crazy. What? Oh, okay. You don't understand. My wife gave me the green light, bro. All right, cool. But so yeah, I just never showed up. But another thing that also gave me that push was the fact that I was in Discord, right? The Discord that I was in and I quit my job had just dismantled, and they were splitting up. And I'm like, oh my God, bro, I just quit my job. I'm still learning the charts and stuff like that. And the fact that they both sent me a link, well, I got into the Discord. When I got into the Discord, the fact that I was a leader and a moderator in both of those groups, and I was like, wait, what? That's what made me understand. I was like, wait, they see something in me. I know what I see in myself, but they see something in me. And everything that y'all see me doing, I did for free. If y'all ever heard of MoodyBugz or anybody that's on here that was in Unbroken Mindset or was in any other discourse with me and D-Wiz, this is what we were doing for free. And that's why I chose to do it with Jordan, because I'm a full-time trader. I don't need to be a moderator. I don't need subscription money. I'm good. I'll just trade. I already made it. I have financial freedom. I don't need that. I don't go clock in a job. I don't do none of that. I don't need to do Discord either. But the only reason I do it is because of Jordan. He truly wants to help people, right? I truly want to help people. So let's get it. Let's get it. There's not one person on this Discord that can say Moody charged me for a one-on-one, even though I say I charge for a one-on-one, $100 to $140. There's no one in this Discord that can ever throw dirt on my name. Well, it's not dirt. I'll just say Moody charged me to get on the phone with him or to teach me this chart. Nope. Even if it was a free 15-minute call, you was on a call with me for an hour to 2 hours learning and understanding things. That's why some people still haven't gotten their one-on-ones, because I be doing certain things with certain people and it'll take me 3 hours, 4 hours to get them to understand. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I want to see you successful. Like,
yeah, and you're passionate too. You're passionate about all this too. You want us to get it.
Because I know what it feels like to work and be at a job that you do not like. You're at that job because you just need to provide for your family. You don't even like the people at your job. They are here calling you friends and stuff like that. And you're just like, bro, shut the hell up. I just want to go home. So that's why I do it. You know, like, I'm trying to retire my mother. Like, and I be on Discord all day. My mom works at a hospital, cleaning toilets. We come from the hood. Like, and I understand I make great money, but Jordan helps me. I can't retire my mom right now. I have to keep pushing forward and make sure I have a bag and create more income. Now here, mom, now you don't got to work on them. That's the goal. Let me see. Let me go into the chat real quick. Full port baby. Let me just read it from the bottom to the top real quick. You have no idea. I'm harassed every day. You must be a woman. I'm more than positive you are, because men are like that, you know. I have the same thing. I don't harass women, but I have the same thing too, you know. Like, it's just, I'm just real. I don't like to lie to people, you know what I'm saying? It's like I tell my wife, like, there's a trillion billion women out there that look better than you, but my eyes are for you. I don't care about them. But can't wait to chuck up my deuces fast. I want financial freedom. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. My goal is to quit my 12 to 8. Yo, you funny. Quit my 12 to 8. Yo, she hilarious. Blessed 13, you're hilarious. You have no idea. Yeah, I just read that. Yes, my goal is to quit my 9 to 5, and it's gonna get there. I promise you, you'll get there. You just gotta stick with it. Just stick with it. I didn't know it was gonna happen this fast for me. That's one thing. Even talking to my therapist, once it happened for me, she was just like, Moody, it's gonna be a blink of an eye now. Like, you're just gonna wake up tomorrow and you're gonna be like, wait, how did I get here? You know, it's a snowball effect. It's a snowball effect. Once you start getting your snowball running and it gets bigger and bigger, ain't nobody can stop you. Right, that's dope. Gotcha. Thanks, bro. Absolutely. You're more than welcome. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to understand it, but for some reason I'm not. Freddie, what you not understanding, bro? Slide in my DMs. Let me know what you're not understanding. Entering with your full portfolio, yeah, all your money. What's full port? Oh, he just answered that question. Appreciate it. Yeah, full port is just putting your whole portfolio into one trade. In regards to fail 2-ups, for example, how do you handle a fail 2-up? Do you just let it hit your stop? My bad if this was already discussed. Nah, it doesn't matter if it was discussed. So I just want more reference to what you're saying, because once you said 2-up, the first thing that popped up in my mind, let me move this. All right, cool. So let me move the chat over here. So a fail 2-up. Dang, somebody was in my chat about a fail 2-up. Oh, well, I'll find one. I gotta reply back to all the, I put SPY, CLF. Somebody was talking about CLF. Let's see if CLF got a fail 2. Somebody in the chat. Oh, I just seen a fail 2. Who is that? Oh, well, this is a fail 2. All right, so Hold on, somebody in the chat probably dropped something. All right, I'll read that in a second, Freddie. Give me a second. So with like fail twos, I automatically throw the fib on it, right? And I'll find my entry. So what I mean by finding my entry is if I see it on a daily, oops, I'm almost done, but if I see it on a daily, that 50% mark right there is going to be my entry point, right? So I don't know what you meant by if you've seen a fail two, how do I go by it? Do I just let it hit my stop? Nah, bro. Like if I was going up, I'm gonna try to take my profits up there somehow. Like how I was telling you, I'm obsessed with profits. Or when it's coming down to break even, I'm gonna just go ahead and get out that trade, right? But like say we were not looking at it and it just went two up and it's failing coming down, I'm gonna go look for that entry point at the 50% retracement. You can take it down to a smaller time frame and see how it played at that, right? As you see, it broke over it, went over it, came to the 50% retracement back to it, and it broke. Now it's just bear flagging. So with it's me seeing it bear flag, I see it coming all the way back down to take out these targets, target of 1925, right? So that's how I deal with fail twos. And it doesn't matter where I see the fail two up, right? I could be a fail two up on a 15-minute time frame, on a 10-minute time frame, like even right here. And I'm gonna throw that fib on that guy, right? Two up, fail two up, previous bar. Let's go ahead and throw that fib. It just want to let me be great. Oh, that's what it is. It's not gonna let me be great. Hold on. Gotta turn off the magnets too close.
Hey, Moody.
Yes.
Hey, I just wanted to tell you a reminder that at 7 o'clock there's another class. That's
Okay.
10 minutes from now.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, yeah, I know, trust me. My wife just told me to get off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that failed two up is a little too high right there. I would have tried to, you know what I mean? There goes my entry. The next candle would have triggered that entry. You could have waited for the retest and took it down. Or you could have entered in right there, but you would have been losing some profits and would have got scared out your trade. But you could have waited for the retest to come back down to it. Boom, entered in and took it all the way down. So that's how I would have felt deal with that. Let me go answer that other question. And since I know that you guys enjoy the video breakdown, I'll do them more often. What chart should I use? What chart should I use to do the trade options? And when do I do calls or puts? Brother, it sounds like you're super new. I just don't have time to really explain that whole entire thing. What chart you should use to trade options? You can trade options on any chart. You just have to make sure that that they have options available to be able to trade and not just the shares, right? When do you do calls or puts? For a quick explanation, you would do puts at resistance, like right here. This is a resistance where the price won't go up further. You would do puts at resistance to take it down to a support level, or you can play calls like right here at a support level to take it up to a resistance level. And that's just like the easiest way to say it, but you could slide in my DMs, bro, if you got any questions, and I'll answer those questions for you as well. And one thing that I would tell you, go to my YouTube channel, or just go to the educational tab where we have our recorded, and watch my beginner's chart class. And I already kind of put out the schedule for this month, but I'm noticing that I need to do another beginner's chart class just to help people, because my beginner's chart class is literally for beginners, people that don't know the charts at all and just want to understand what's a higher high, what's a lower low, what's a, you know, support, resistance, and things of that nature. But yeah, I got you. I need more charting help and how to get PTs and zones. I got you, Kelsey. I got you. Moody went have 7. Oh, yeah, I understand. Can we finish the video before the next class? Yeah, bro. I don't think we're gonna be able to finish.
Could have broke to the downside as well, but this broke up and out to the upside. Let's go to Apple. Let's see if we see anything on Apple. Oh, yeah, I see one right here.
You're welcome.
So let's get our lines, and we're just practicing drawing from a high point to another high point. So from here to here, okay? Then we have, this is a new low compared to this one. So we're gonna draw our line from there to there. So just practice. So you see that on Apple, you have a low, a high, a new low, and then we get a new high. And then we're at short-term exhaustion risk because we've taken out all the pivots. Who are we to be long against? If all the shorts have been taken out already when price broke above this point over here. So say everybody who was short had their stop here. Well, they were fine, they were fine, they were still fine. Oh, then they gapped up. So anybody who was short here had to cover. And then this is an example.
To answer the person's question in the chat, do you only use the Strat loving it? So just wanted to know. No, I don't. I trade the Strat, which I'm normally always trading the Strat, but I just trade price action and naked candlesticks. I trade patterns. I trade supply and demand, support and resistance. I trade a lot of different things. It just depends on how I felt that day, and how I want to approach the market.
Of a broadening formation, expanding to the downside. Broadening formations do that, they broaden. So
see, broadening formations do that, they broaden. But I'm gonna have to get off of here. Let me see what she said right here.
expanding to the downside.
Your lines can also act as support and resistance. Oh my God, she's gonna make me look so fired. That's why I say, when you go to my chart, even though my target's been taken out, I leave my chart, I leave it charted. Why? Oh, dang, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get all those charts back. No, I'm not. Oh, but it'll probably let me just keep doing this until I get back to that. Yay. All right, there we go. I'm about to get all my lines back on spot. This is what I'm trying to do so I don't have to rechart everything. But yeah, I'm gonna have to jump off because there's gonna be another class here in just a second. And for anybody that messed up their chart or lines, you can always use, oh, dang, it's not letting me go further back. Forget you. But anyway.
Are you talking about Avery class? She pushed it to 8:30.
Oh, no, I was talking about the special guest that we're having at 7 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you see all these targets, you see where I got them from, right? They're coming, and you see, like, that's where I got, it was on this day, February 22nd. That's where I'm putting all those targets at, right? Now you can see how the price is going straight through that and stopping and hitting these, right? Because it plays that support and resistance. Once it takes out the target, it plays that support and resistance. But yeah, now that I know that you guys are enjoying this, I'll do more classes like this. And if anything, we'll probably just go for like 3-4 hours, like just breaking down the video. And I do understand that you guys want to learn how to chart more. So we could just do charting classes and stuff of that nature. But appreciate everybody joining. This did get recorded, thanks to Jordan. So I'll be posting this either later on tonight or by tomorrow. Just give me some time. Love you guys. May the Lord continue to bless you guys from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet. Remember to be genuine and be loving to one another. And just be a positive force. You know, you see some negativity, play airbender on the motherfuckers and turn that shit to positivity.
Thank you.
Thank you, Moody. Great class.
You're welcome. Peace out.